Good morning. I am Dr. Ashalata Shankar Tirtha, Associate Professor from JSS Arts, Science and Commerce College, Gokak. I am here to present on 20th century woman novelist, particularly from the English literature, which has been prescribed for the BA 4th semester from ASU University, Belgaum. So women were denied the freedom of expression on par with man. Intelligence is not sex-oriented. Women are not treated equally. They were suppressed, oppressed, ill-treated, and exploited by men who believed in patriarchy system. Ellen Showalter, for instance, described the change in the late 1970s as a shift of attention from androtext, that's books by men, to gynotext, books by women. Fiction of English literature is more striking as it has number of gifted women writers. Their large number is large and their gifts so various that at least in their 30s they threaten the feminization of fiction. Some are mirroring the dominant models, others projecting liberating roles. Fiction reflects women's response to national cautions, but also expresses their neglected concerns, revealing that women's identities transcended the definition by a male-dominated writers. The educational and the social advances that followed the economic reforms of the 1960s liberated women as well as man to imagine and to create new possibilities and opportunities, which in turn resulted in a dramatic increase in the number of writers. Feminist movement encouraged many writers to attempt careers as writers than the man-made Victorian world. Permitted women novelists work in many forms and represent the world in one common quality through the viewpoint of woman. We have early women writers that like Rose Macaulay, Rebecca West, Elizabeth Brown, Aurelia Spark, Irish Murdoch, May Sinclair, Mary Webb, and also Victoria Sackville West. The most significant women writers are the novelists who wrote the fictions here to be remembered: Virginia Woolf, Countess Russell, Margaret Rabel, Baroness Orgy, Ivy Crompton Burnett, Dorothy M. Richardson, Catherine Mansfield, Dorsey Lassing, Henry Richardson. So we have the most interesting woman writer here of the 20th century, a modern writer, Virginia Woolf, who is known for the stream of consciousness technique. She was born into an affluent household in the South Kensington, London, the seventh child of a blended family of 8. So she was born in 1882 in London, died at 28 March 1941. Adeline Virginia Woolf was an English writer, considered one of the most important modernist 20th century authors and also a pioneer in the use of stream of consciousness technique as a narrative device. She is one of the pioneers in literature, for her achievement has been influenced permanently on the future of English. We have the timeline of Virginia Woolf over here. In 1882 she was born. There was the death of her mother in 1895. She studied in the history and Greek at King's College, London in 1897. There has been the death of her father, committed suicide in 1904. In 1912, she married to Leonard Woolf. So we have the most striking works of Virginia Woolf here. Night and Day, The Voyage Out, Jacob's Room, Mrs. Dalloway, To the Lighthouse, The Waves, The Years, Orlando, A Room of One's Own. Virginia Woolf's theory, there is a stream of consciousness technique. Virginia's characters are seen in search of themselves, as we see into The Lighthouse, the main protagonist, and the search is followed with profound insight. But it would seem that she never solved the problem of the ultimate meaning of life for her novels. Unlike those of Lawrence, she gives no solution. She wrote against the novels of social manners. She was concerned with the realities of the life. Her realities were inward and spiritual rather than outward and material. The closeness of those inner realities is a recurrent theme of her novels. She writes novels on psychology. She rejected the conception of the novel. She adopted the method of psychological truth and aimed at expressing in her novels the reality of the life of the spirit. Then we have Ivy Crompton Burnett. She was honored with DBE. She was the greatest English novelist, published in the original editions of Crompton Burnett. She was born on 5th June 1884 in UK. Died in 27th August 1969, Kensington. One of the most accomplished among contemporary women writers. She is known as a great writer. She has a list of important novels which we can add to a list, like Dolos, Pastors and Masters, Daughters and Sons, Brothers and Sisters, Parents and Children, A Heritage and Its History, A Family and a Fortune, The Mighty and Their Fall, The Present and the Past. Hope you can see the photograph here, the present and the past. Two worlds and the ways. Her themes: domestic tyranny. She dealt with the domestic tyranny, the fertile struggle to oppose it, inexhaustible tragicomedy of the self-deceived. She writes about these themes here. She describes mostly in dialogue the crowded upper middle class Victorian household. The themes like there have been murders, adultery and incest. We have Doris Lessing. She was born to British parents in Iran, where she lived until 1925. Her family then moved to southern Rhodesia, where she remained until moving in 1949 to London, that's England. Born on 22nd October 1919, and she died at 2013 in London, UK. The most interesting fact is she is a Nobel Prize winner for her most beautiful novel, The Grass is Singing. She is devoted to colored Africa and woman's subjection in man's world. Her first novel, The Grass is Singing, is about the sad life of the poor white farmer's wife, and it has the setting of southern Africa. In Children of Violence, the central character, Martha Quest, tries to break away from the old social ideas and traditions in order to live a free life. In a famous novel, The Golden Notebook, she deals with women's lives and beliefs and problems. So her important works are The Grass is Singing, Children of Violence, Proper Marriage, The Golden Notebook, A Ripple from the Storm, Love Again, The Sweetest Dream. She has these themes to her novels. She is quite objective in her treatment of the color problems. She deals with women problem. She thinks communism alone could solve the problem. Some of her novels deal with women's lives, beliefs, and problems with them. Courage, also about the power and honesty. There has been pressures. She has written about pressures of social, political events on women. Then we have Margaret Drabble. She is an English novelist, a biographer, and a critic from UK. She is an English writer of the novels that are skillfully modulated variations on the theme of girls' development toward maturity through her experience of love, marriage, and motherhood. We have the interesting links, the works of the author here. The Millstone, The Waterfall, The Ice Age, The Pure Gold Baby, A Summer Bird Cage, The Radiant Way. Her themes, women characters do not express ideas and feelings and much about themselves here. They are concerned more about receiving higher education. People in the novels are very unhappy here. The theme of the novels is the correlation between contemporary England society and its members. Her characters' tragic falls reflect the political and economic situation and the restriction of conservative surroundings, making the reader aware of the dark spots of a seemingly wealthy country. Most of her protagonists are women. We have the most interesting character, Dorothy Richardson, a British author and a journalist, author of Pilgrimage, a sequence of 13 semi-autobiographical novels published between 1915 and 1967. Though Richardson saw them as the chapters of one work, she was one of the earliest modernist novels to use stream of consciousness as a narrative technique. Born in Abington, UK, then she died in 1957 in United Kingdom. Her works, Painted Roofs, she embarked upon a literary project of great significance of 20th century fiction. The medium of communication is a psychic stream of which the elements are sense impressions, bodily, sensations, emotions, observations, thoughts, and ideas are dealt here. No woman of the period has come close as Miss Richardson to writing a completely feminine novel, to reporting with astonishing fidelity the mysteries of feminine psychology. We have Elizabeth Bowen. Her full name is Elizabeth Dorothea Colbrown. Born in June 7th, 1899, died February 22nd, 1973. She is a novelist and a short story writer. She is the most assured talent among the younger women novelists. Her important works are The Hotel, The Last September, The House in Paris, The Heart of the Day, The Death of the Heart. Themes. Her novels depicted the political tension of the time and the political present. She has impeccable, accurate and lucid style. Her canvases range wider and larger. We have Rebecca West. Known as Rebecca West or Dame Rebecca West, was a British author, journalist and a literary critic and a travel writer. She became involved in journalism, contributing frequently to the left-wing press and making a name for herself as a fighter for women's suffrage. Her works are The Judge, The Fontainebleau Flowers, The Birds Fall Down, Harriet Hume, The Thinking Reed, Black Lamb and Grey Falcon. We have women writers of detective fiction like Dorothy Sayers, Agatha Christie, Marjorie Allingham, Maggie Marsh, Elizabeth McIntosh. Then we have Patrick Moyes. Agatha Christie and Maggie Marsh have been honored with DBE. So let us come to the conclusion. The second and the third quarters of the 20th century is crowded with women novelists. The old contemporaries are by and large traditional, the younger, as might be expected, more modern and aggressive. Women writers are express the sense and sensibility, real and important insights into their work, regain their work, differed from male literature. They wrote in their own pattern, different themes and with distinct identity. There was a focus on studying women problems of women inequality in society and the mechanism of patriarchy. Women novelists mirror these thematic concerns in the literature. The first generation women novelists tried to express women in a conventional or traditional outlook and very conventional and imitated English Victorian writers. They wrote romantic ideas and sufferings of women but not violent. Did not raise a voice, just expected the conditions of woman showing no fury, frustration, or never thought of identification, but never raised the question. The others focused on woman protagonists who are from upper middle class, the power of the woman, the courage of woman, helplessness of woman, sacrifice and suffering, which is real and honest, presented to the protagonist. So lastly, we have a most beautiful quotation from Virginia Woolf. She says, "Lock up your libraries if you like, but there is no gate, no lock, no bolt that you can set upon the freedom of my mind." Thank you.